Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Crypto Traders Arena. Happy Sunday, everybody. I think it's Halloween almost, end of the month. Only a couple months left in this damn year, actually. So here we are. We've made it through most of 2023. Wish I could say nothing crazy has happened, but seems to be crazy as the sign of the times these days. So I don't know. 2023 is shaping up to be a typical fuck factory of a year. Seems like in some ways. But anyway, we're still just doing the same thing that we've been doing every week here with our crypto weekly review show. We're, I guess, on episode 40 something. Then I don't know what episode are we doing? 43 we're at. So we're 43 weeks into the year. We started this show right on the beginning of January, and our intention, of course, is just to sort of walk through this long-term altcoin investment plan that we've tongue-in-cheekly called the road to financial freedom. And it's basically we're looking at 100 or so of the biggest market cap altcoins, trying to take tiny nibbles on those and ride them into the next bull market whenever that might come. And of course, that's the big question, right? Everybody wants to know when the next bull market will be. Who knows is the answer, but I think if we're just kind of rolling with this sort of Bitcoin halving cycle, 4-year cycle that crypto sort of followed for the last three. Well, I should say third. This would be the third. Last two cycles have followed it quite well, and we're heading into the Bitcoin halving next April or May, or actually I think it's like Mayish, June-ish maybe. So we're kind of hoping for some sort of bottom, kind of heading into that event sometime before. And so this show kind of. Basically, our timing was pretty good. I think we started right at the beginning of the year. Like I said, at that point, the crypto market had bottomed last year, right at the end of 2022, essentially. And we did experience pretty good sort of dead cat bounce, sort of mini alt season bull run for the first quarter of the year, which, of course, was kind of led by the AI names like Render, and those sort of drove the rally. And then quite a lot of altcoins went up, and we did bang out quite a lot of doubles there that first quarter, and then things kind of slowed down for a while here. And sure enough, altcoins are looking pretty interesting now. I've tried to remain as patient as possible. I tried to keep repeating that I'm sort of just waiting for weekly W's. And sure enough, you're starting to see more weekly W's. I got a lot of alerts firing this last week or so. Starting to build a list of stuff that's putting in these weekly bottoms. And actually today's close, watching the close closely here today, just to see some potentially strong closes, strong weekly W closes on some names that I could talk about here in a bit. But, with this plan, we typically just go through the spreadsheet and the trading plan that we're working for this show. And of course, you can find that on our Discord channel. I have our website pulled up here on the screen now, and just, you can always find these videos here every week. And then of course Paul does a daily plan video, which I don't think we're really updating this. It's sort of a manual thing at the moment, so we need to work out this link here on the website. But either way, if you go to our YouTube channel, hopefully you know where that is because you're watching this right now. You can find the daily plan video, which sort of sets more like daily trades and daily trade levels. And then of course this show, we're just talking about more like weekly chart, kind of long-term cycle investing. And so those are two things that we're offering to everybody on YouTube every week. And of course, Paul's joining me here today for this show too. So you want to say hi to everybody, Mr. Paul J?
Well, I don't want it. But if I need to, I'll do it. Hello, everyone.
Okay, well, that's all we get from Paul, I guess. He's
I'm not too good at saying hello or at saying goodbye. Ask me levels, ask me setups, but
well, that's good. I'll fill in the gaps with all the nonsense that I can ramble on about. So I'll say hi to everybody. Hello.
Okay, that's a good thing.
But nonetheless, we're here every week, every day. Every Sunday we're doing this show. We got 5 more coins that Paul will go through. We just go through our list. We're basically just hitting, like I said, the sort of the bigger market cap coins for the moment, and kind of looking to put 1% of our portfolio in each one of these coins. So we should have about 100 names by the time we're all fully vested in this plan. And really, we might have some more, because if we do have an opportunity to sell halves on doubles and get our capital out of any of these positions, which we have gotten a few doubles here and there on our plan, then that frees up our capital to potentially go buy something new, or even, add to that same trade. So we'll see. By the end of this plan, we'll see how many names we actually have. It'll be somewhere around 100. And of course, on Tuesdays too, I'm doing another crypto show on YouTube, actually, that I'll mention, where I do hope to get into sort of the lower cap coins and sort of like kind of the Hail Mary moonshots, and hopefully try to dig up some of the future, future darlings of the cycle. We'll see. Like, whatever happens here in the next bull run, there'll be some coins that sort of take the lead and epically pump, like something like Sol last time. Or even like Mana last time, or, in general, the crypto market's pretty correlated. So when everything starts pumping, most altcoins will probably be relatively uppy, but there will be ones that outperform. And of course, the small caps might be places where you can sort of bang out the 100Xers and stuff like that. So hopefully I can dig up some of those on my Tuesday show. But this show kind of sticks to the bigger names, which also still could 100X. Who knows? We'll just see. So anyway, we'll jump into that stuff a little more. There's nothing really else.
Check your internet connection.
Am I having some streaming issues?
Yeah, seems like. I don't know. I see in the chat.
Oh, somebody's saying it's lagging, so it's not just me. Let's see. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's funny. It says excellent connection here on my stream.
Well, maybe. I noticed that from YouTube, I had some problems to watch videos even before we start live streaming. So maybe it's something from YouTube. I don't know. But for a live stream, it's hard to keep the live stream. If people, they'll have problems.
Yeah, well,
when it's a recorded video, it's something different.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what else I can do. It seems I got the green light on OBS and I have a strong connection on YouTube, so it should be fine. But if you guys are having problems, what's that?
I see the stream. It's connection. It's excellent.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully, yeah, there's 3 people in there saying we're like, well, I don't know. Hopefully it'll catch up for you guys. If not, you might just have to catch us on a little bit of a delay here. Sorry about that. It kind of appears like my internet's working fine. So I'm not sure if there's anything else I can do about it, but nonetheless, hopefully it works itself out.
Well, if not, you'll have to watch the recording after that.
I could just be fucking with you guys right now, and maybe I'm talking like this and things are breaking.
No, you're not.
Anyhow, I forgot what I was saying, but I think I covered our, join our Discord, yada, 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 join our YouTube, like and subscribe, sign up for my OnlyFans and do all that stuff. And then we'll just keep doing what we're doing, which all I was really getting to is, damn, there's a lot of nice looking altcoin charts. So we'll jump into the charts here. But I was saying to Paul earlier before we started, I trying to be patient here and wait for these bottoms to come in. And so the last couple of months have been sort of kind of a grind. Crypto altcoins especially didn't really look that great, but man, sure enough, they're starting to put in what could be strong weekly bottoms. Maybe they fail, but like there is a nice looking bottom in many an altcoin right now. And of course, when there's the more weekly W's I see in altcoins, the more bullish I'll be in general for the whole market. So, anyhow, moving on, maybe I'll just mention a couple of things about the broader market before we get into altcoins. But really all I'll say is, I'll go back to this chart here and the stock market's been getting knocked down pretty good here of late. And really all I'll say is just, maybe I could pull up just the ES and Bitcoin here. I'll just maybe widen these here. It's funny how really like Bitcoin and the stock market have not been very correlated of late, which is just kind of interesting to me. And so, like, even if you just look at the S&P here, right? I mean, obviously we've been, God, that's like, I don't know, 3 months since we topped out here. So the last 3 months has been basically straight down on the ES now. There's been some dead cat bounces up into like resistance that were, most recently this tag of the M breakdown level is just sort of where the, just everybody ran for the exits at that point on that retest there. But it's just interesting how Bitcoin's been kind of uppy through that whole period. And then, of course, when the stock market was ripping previously, and back in March, this straight run up, Bitcoin was just sort of, I don't know if down is the right word, but definitely sideways. So it's just funny how, like, typically I would expect these things to be more correlated, but man, crypto and the stock market have been kind of moving on opposite to each other lately. So I was just thinking about that this morning. I don't know what that means per se. I mean, it does mean a couple things just in terms of like the DXY and stuff. Like crypto is not particularly inversely correlated with the DXY at the moment either, whereas the stock market has been. And then, so I don't know, crypto's kind of moving to its own, the beat of its own drum, I suppose. It's kind of been that way this whole year. But other than that, the DXY still did M out. Like I kind of talked about DXY rolling over here with this M for a while, and we did just barely FU that M breakdown level and then just bounce right back to the top of the range. So I don't think you can say that this thing's fully broken yet, but there certainly has an M working now. There's even like a little M that's sort of being tested right now, and the high has been taken out of that M. But the moving average is still not crossed here on this daily chart, and we're still just basically like up into 50% level resistance of the range here. So like, this dead cat bounce ended up all the way up at the 50% level here. And that's basically just still resistance. And we're still waffling whether or not this wants to roll over and maybe come down and test the 200 period moving average. And so really when this M came in, there was maybe some hope for the stock market to catch a bounce, but really this M got, strongly, I don't know if rejected is the right word, strong bounce off after the M, and the DXY still seems like it's kind of pushing up for the most part. So I don't think it's broken yet. Looking at I haven't talked about this chart per se in a little while, but this M did come in. It looks like an RSI. So the makings of this thing rolling over is still here, but it just hasn't fully happened yet. And when you kind of compare that to like the ES, like this thing's just like in free fall mode now. I mean, maybe we could look at like the SPY actually, just oh shit, of course I have a ton of stuff drawn on here too, but I'll get rid of these for the moment. But I mean, all I'll say here is look how we've lost the 200 here, and we basically are coming down into 50% level of the range, which is down at 403.45. So like seems like that's probably the next stop here, just right in the middle of this huge up move from the last year. And 50% levels right here. So maybe we get some sort of bounce as we come into that level. But man, it just looks like it's strongly pointing down still at the moment. RSI is starting to get oversold here a little bit at least, but no divergences or anything. I suppose you could argue there's a potential divergence if things can turn around quickly here into tomorrow. And if they can bounce it here, then it'll start at least setting up a potential divergence in RSI. But man, stock market is just pointing strongly down. So I'll probably just kind of leave that talk at that. With the S&P, looks like it's still pointing down. People are still talking about YouTube. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. The NASDAQ, all I'll say is this 200 period moving average is being tested, and it kind of looks like it's failing. I was watching this like yesterday, just looking at this like ugly wick to the upside on that candle from yesterday, and the close below the 200, and it kind of looks like it wants to just continue falling out of bed too. Sort of same thing. RSI is starting to get oversold here, but overbought. And 38.2 is sort of the next stop for the NASDAQ. So not quite 50% level like the ES, but man, 38.2 is just sort of looming there. And that's kind of against this, this sort of 38.2 to 50% level zone is the next sort of market structure support too. So just a long story short, the stock market is not enjoying the same bounce that Bitcoin has had. And I guess I might as well mention just really quick the small cap stock market. Even worse, it's actually losing this range. You know, I've talked a lot about this range that was building here for the last year. With now we've taken out the lows. And actually, I think I have the wrong. See, that's annoying. I don't understand this. This is what would drive me crazy about these stupid cumulative charts. Is if I click this, you can see how my fibs are drawn correctly here, and we haven't taken out. We're actually testing the bottom of the range here. Either way, I mean, clearly testing the bottom of this range. But when I take this B adjust, it shows that we've long lost the range. So I'm not sure. I don't really like that. It's like maybe we look at like the ETF, and the ETF has taken out the lows here. So either way, you can see that, fuck, man, they've really knocked the stock market down. No bottom here yet. So point being, that's not what Bitcoin's doing though, right? So like Bitcoin is not following the drum of the risk on stock market at the moment. Make of that what you will, but holy shit, Bitcoin ripped obviously ripped right up into that head and shoulders target, and not quite up into the 38.2. I think I'm going to pull that up over here. Sorry. And just, I have a cleaner chart drawn here that just shows this weekly head and shoulders. I mean, this was the tag I was looking for back here that never came in. And not ironically, but just sure enough, they had to complete this head and shoulders here. So, we have this strong head and shoulders bottom that's been in place, all year and into last year. It's a pretty good example of just, we were doing fib extension tools and stuff in our Capio 1 here recently. And, a head and shoulders target here is a 200% move essentially. So the distance between the head and the neckline is your projection for a head and shoulders target. And one simple way of drawing that is just drawing a 200% extension off of the head to the neckline. And funny enough, we just ran right up into that level and have basically been at resistance since we hit it earlier in the week. So who knows what's going to happen there. All I'll say is 38.2 didn't quite get tagged yet, so we might still have to shoot up into like sort of the dump chaser zone before this thing truly rolls over. It is kind of just like open air right here. This candle is just kind of leaving plenty of fair value gap here to be eaten into as we get up into 38.2. So the fact 38.2 hasn't been hit yet, seems like we could easily push up there still. I just find that fascinating that that head and shoulders one. And really, like in hindsight, we never did make a lower low. Like I talked about this a lot through this whole time. It's funny that, you have like, lower or higher low, sorry, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We never actually took out the lows, and now a higher high. So that's still an uptrend, right? We would have had to close down here to truly break the structure of this uptrend. So it's interesting that Bitcoin's fully just still in the uptrend. And this support, we talked about the support in here a lot. That's 38.2 of the old range. So like going back to the 38.2 conversation for the Capio 1 people, if I maybe hide that 200%, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I'll just delete it. Back here when we were looking at this range, if you had drawn your fibs here, you would have seen 38.2 support just, building through here. They could never even close it below 38.2 actually. And so it's pretty common. I mean, that's what you expect to see. Just a reminder for the Capio 1 people, even if you're in an uptrend, test the 38.2s. If they continue to resolve bullishly, then obviously the uptrend's still intact. You really want to see 38.2 fail, and even like M's and stuff, or any sort of breakdown in structure in underneath 38.2 to suggest that we're actually trapped in the range and we might head down to the lower parts of the range. Because now we basically have a newer high to work with. So our range is now all the way up to almost the old 38.2s off the high. So the point being, we're into resistance here. So this isn't a place to go buy Bitcoin, right? We're a little late to be buying Bitcoin here. If it's basically doubled off the lows. And, you don't really want to be buying into 38.2 resistance because essentially what this is a dead cat bounce. Until we really truthfully build above 38.2, this is still a dead cat bounce, and we should expect some sort of resistance here. At least you can even see just the head and shoulders resistance this week sort of stopped the market, but like There's no real top here yet, but this isn't a place to just go load up on the long side. We should expect some sort of pullback here. But if you look left, you can kind of see we just gotten up into the old key lows back in here, 38.2s. That's resistance for now. So, and I think kind of I was saying on Tuesday, this sort of determines what happens to altcoins. Like I was saying, there's a lot of nice bottoms in altcoins and stuff. If Bitcoin rejects here and rolls back into the range, then maybe altcoins still have to, we'll probably come and retest the W breakouts, which will be like sort of the buy opportunity that we've been looking for heading into the year, or into the end of the year, sorry. So like, just to use like an example, I could pull up like one that's already taken off a bit, like Qtum here, Quantum. Nice weekly W came in here, and now it's too late to be a buyer. And so, the breakout levels at 243, for example, and or maybe a little higher if I use that high there. So like 244, but you don't want to chase it up here. So if Bitcoin can run into resistance at 38.2, like I was just saying, and does get rejected in the range, that's how we're going to get filled against the W levels here. And that's probably what will happen in the end of the year, I think. Still thinking that that's this kind of trade will still have opportunity to enter. Like, it's if you're not long something like this, I don't see why you would want to go and buy it up here. Just be patient and wait for the Wyckoff check that'll probably come in along with just along with Bitcoin rolling over here a bit. Now, of course, maybe Bitcoin keeps climbing higher and we'll have to sort of reassess sort of the thinking for the year. I mean, because again, the thinking for the year has been sort of this range, right? Like we're kind of just sort of thinking there's a range kind of establishing and there'll be some sort of bottom over here. I mean, I maybe drew that too far away because that's June, but like, somewhere over here, like some sort of bottom coming in this area into the end of the year is sort of the general thinking that I'm following. So if we don't get rejected at 38.2 here and we keep pushing higher, then that means Bitcoin's very much still trending up. That's going to sort of change things. Doesn't mean that you can't get filled on those altcoins, because if Bitcoin just goes into a ripper, I mean, altcoins might have to suffer a little bit anyway, just because, I mean, dominance is climbing and it seems like Bitcoin's kind of in control here, not so much altcoins. But that'll sort of change the thinking. If we start, like if we bull flag here or something, if there's like a consolidation pattern here against 38.2 that breaks to the upside, I suppose that means that we should start thinking about Bitcoin getting up into short reloads and stuff, and we're in a pretty strong uptrend. So that hasn't happened yet, but that'll change kind of this narrative of the 38.2 range kind of thing that we've been kind of working with. So I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. But you can also see if we look at like Ethereum, you can kind of, I don't know how I do that so much. I guess I hit F12 on my keyboard on accident when I'm doing these shows. I feel like I do that all the time. I mean, my only Ethereum here is just not as strong as Bitcoin is all I'm going to say. And it's not making a new high. And we also we did break the trend here with an M. And so I think this is kind of how altcoins, like there's an M working, unlike Bitcoin, where we actually sort of didn't continue in the uptrend. 38.2 is way up here, of course. So that's not really on the table right now. But my only point here is I think Bitcoin is really the strong, or taking all the glory here for crypto right now. So, I can expect, like when I look at something like Ethereum, it does look like it still needs to test lower parts of this range, and it's going to drag altcoins with it, is all I'm saying. So I guess for the most part, it's still the same old story. We're just going to try to buy the dip here into the end of the year. That's what I'm trying to do basically. So, we'll see what happens. But I do have to say I'm starting to get more excited about crypto after a couple months of sluggishness, just because like even in my list here, I started adding list names to this weekly W list here, and these are just like random names. They're not even, there's still more, but these are ones I just happen to notice, and I just these are all like what I consider nice looking weekly W's that have a lot of potential. And like I'll just show you guys a couple of them really quick. Like this RSR nice, could potentially have a nice strong close if we just stay here for the rest of the day and just get a nice green candle body close above that breakout level there. That's a nice little cheeky W with OBV divergence confirmed at that point too. So I like that one. Mana also very similar. You know, looks like it's going to have a nice strong close. And so, yeah, like we just kind of need something to drive the market back down to the W level, but I'm not going to buy Mana right here. And to be fair, I was taking some nibbles on Mana recently though, just because I want to start buying it back. But now that the W's in, the trade is basically on, in my opinion. Also, kind of like OBV is trying to W here and is in potential divergence, but so there's a nice weekly W that's probably going to close today. I mean, there's more too, you know, like Badger looks very similar. Nice OBV divergence. Not as strong of a candle this week at the moment, but could easily still close. That's kind of an uglier weekly W, but it's there. And I already mentioned QTUM. Nice weekly W breakout. C98. I don't even know what the hell this thing is, but very nice W. This one is kind of like the W came in back here is like a little ugly one. And then there's also sort of a bigger W that's working, even though it kind of FU'd the lows there. And now we have a couple more W's coming in. So just think, you know, just nice base here with OBV divergence. And to be fair, we still have those kind of 50% downside moves on the table if we lose these W's. So to be fair, like these W's might fake out and end up lower. But if you're the type of person who wants to take shots against weekly W's, they're starting to come in. So, you know, Rose is another one, and whatever. I could go through this list. Some of these are a little older. Like we've talked about Bake a lot, BNT a lot. Those weekly W's have been in for like several weeks. This poly is really broken out, so I mean, can't really chase that there. But that one's got a nice fat bottom in there. And then Siacoin. Anyway, I'll stop here because that's what the 11 I have in my list. I know there's more, but I mean, if I can, you know, nice little weekly W in Siacoin too down against the lows. So there's 11 weekly W's right there, and I know that's not the whole market. So, you know, do with that information that you do with what you will. I don't know. Does that make any sense? So anyway, I guess the whole point to that is starting to see a lot of nice weekly W's, and I'm starting to get a little more excited about altcoins here as we get closer to the end of the year. Here's another one that I haven't moved down there yet, but ZRX is in the process of making this kind of ugly weekly W, but it's been really strong several weeks now, for several weeks. And, you know, if any closes above that green line there and then, you know, buy the dips become very much on the table for me. Something like this, you know, it's just now we have this nice Adam and Eve bottom, technically is what that is. We have V bottom here, and now we have I don't know if this low might have actually taken out. No, it looks like we held the lows there. 15.25. Actually, we just barely FU'd this low here. But I'm still, I mean, we could go look at this on Binance or something else and verify that. But either way, that's a pretty weekly bottom looking thing to me. It's just more, I'm more likely to want to try to buy the dip though. I don't really want to buy a tall W like this. So anyway, that one's can probably get moved down here once we get I think a better close here today. And I don't know. And I'll just, Paul jump on here in a moment. I'll just end with this. This was one of the small caps I talked about on Tuesday, trying to weekly W. And then it did actually break out pretty hard. It looks like they've taken the move back here. But this AIOZ network is just like a micro cap that I kind of liked the looks of when this W was coming in. And I noticed yesterday it was up quite a bit. It looks like they've taken it back now. But so anyway, I guess all I'm getting at is, you know, I've said over and over again that like the more weekly W's I see in altcoins, the better. I'll be more bullish when I see more weekly W's. And sure enough, here we are today. All of a sudden there's more than there was like a couple weeks ago. So change can happen fast, I suppose. That's why we kind of, you know, we do this every week and we try to keep our heads in the game, and we've tried to be patient. We've just kind of taken our nibbles where we can and hunt levels and stick to those levels and learn not to chase up markets. And slowly but surely we should see these coming in more and more. And man, you start seeing charts like this, and I don't know. This is what a bottom. I don't know. If you don't see it, then you don't see it. You need to learn. But like, I mean, this has all the things we talk about, right? Like a great location down against the old structure bottom from last cycle. So we know we're not chasing up market here. We've waited for this market to come back down 90%. And then you just start seeing the sideways channel coming in. You know, this is that rounding out that I continually talk about. Like, I'm not really interested in buying things here. Like, when it's just sort of like, you know, still in like crap out mode. But sure enough, it starts rounding out here and you start seeing W's coming in down here. That's just where we want to be shopping. So this is that. I don't know. It's not like that complicated, actually. Like, to be fair, this is why we want to have good risk management, because like, yeah, you can, like, I think there's a pretty good bottom in here. And if you can buy this breakout level at 247, that seems like a good level to me. And if this W fails, you might have to see prices come down to $1, you know, or whatever. So like, we could, even though this is bottoming, there could still be like a 50% haircut here, especially if Bitcoin craps out hard or something into the end of the year. So like, it's not a guarantee. There's no guarantee, but if you're going to take your shot, I'd like to take shots against something like this, where it's like, you know, got the things that we're looking for. It has good trade location and it has nice, I mean, you could pull up other indicators, but you know, there's OBV divergence that started coming in on the bottoming phase of this, you know, the first bottom came in back here, like on that move to the sort of capitulation low or whatever you want to call it. And you can see the OBV was making higher lows through there and even a W, and that kind of produced this first rally. And now we've just come back down into reload zones of that rally and bottomed again. And now we have, you know, weekly W's coming in here. So we have divergence and we have market structure bottom. Sounds like 3 reasons to take a trade. So anyway, that's the end of my rant, I guess. But if I can't pick a better looking chart than that, like, that's just, I don't know. It doesn't mean, I mean, there could be a wider W, you know, like this is a cheeky little W. And if it can break out, sort of get out of these 350 levels, then there's like this big, huge base. Then buying reload zones on that dip would be a nice location too. But for the moment right now, you can't really find a nicer looking chart. I mean, I could show you a ton in the past that have, like, I kind of fucked up and didn't get my double on AGLD. Oh wait, this isn't good. I have some other stuff on that chart, but where's like a place we could look at this? Shame on me. I should have been selling on my second card double up here, and I actually did not. So I fucked up, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And I still like this AGLD, but point being, like, I just wanted to point out this W back here. Kind of looks a lot like, I mean, this is a nicer one in a way, it's wider, but these are the W's that are starting to come in again now. And you can see what happened here. You know, it's like they put the W in with OBV divergence, broke it out, came back and gave you plenty of time to buy this. So this is the buy window that we're kind of looking for, right? Like on something like those names I was just showing you. It's like we get the breakout and then buy the tests of that breakout. And then, of course, this one doubled twice now. I got doubles off in this run up. Bought back here. I'm averaged in from somewhere like around here. Like, and I should have been selling here. And I just didn't. I'm still a little fucked from my whole Qcoin because I had moved this from Qcoin. And just, I've never quite gotten all my orders sorted out. I need to do that a little better. So shame on me for that. It's a perfect example. If you're not on top of this, you could, you know, if you're not on top of all your orders, this can quickly happen. And you can of course see this is the ugliest candle in crypto now. They just took the entire move back immediately and now it looks horrible. So it probably has to come back down and we'll probably give plenty of opportunities to reload. So that was not my best performance, but it is what it is. I did get a double on Rune though, finally, which was nice. And I saw that thing was ripping. I mean, here's an example of one that, like, I mean, you do have to be on your toes because you can see this weekly W looks kind of like the ones I've been showing you, but they only give you 1 week to buy against that low if you weren't already buying the breakout. I was actually buying like daily W's back here and went underwater for a while. But if you're trying to buy this particular W, they didn't give you a lot of retests, but you still had a week, 2 weeks. You could have bought it during the breakout itself. So point being, we're in this kind of zone here with like that RSR, especially like this one looks perfect. I'm just trying to show you guys the context of the, this is like the before pick. Little W comes in, and Rune is like the after pick or whatever. This is what we're trying to do, is trying to find this one, to be fair, did not give a lot of retests here, especially on Binance. It didn't give it at all. But still, you can see what happens when these W's come in, when they're in good location against the old lows and they have OBV divergence. So that's my rant on weekly W's. So I guess maybe I'm just a little more bullish than I was a month ago. And Paul, come on. Paul needs to jump on and save me. I think I'm starting to just drag on too much.
I'll save you. This time I'll save you. Just move the screen to my side.
I mean, funny enough, I could talk about those things. I mean, there's never an end to this shit. You can talk about stuff forever.
We can do one day, 8 hours live stream.
Your screen is showing, but damn, it's blurry. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know.
Yeah, I am showing your screen, but geez, it looks blurry on. Oh, there, it just went focused. That was weird.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's better now. It was, for some reason it was like completely blurry to the point of not being able to read it.
Okay, so where we are now, in the same phase like in the beginning, 2022, 2023. You can see the plan is pretty simple. We'll use little old lady risk management strategy. Keep in mind, little old lady, it's a risk management strategy. Yeah, learned from TRI. It's not a plan, it's not a setup, it's a risk management strategy. You have to incorporate little old lady in your own plan. Exactly what we did in the beginning of this year. So idea is to buy low, sell half on a double, accumulate free coins this year until we'll see the bull market will start. Yeah, you can see we are in the same phase. Nothing new for the moment, so we'll continue. Until we'll get in the second part, that will take some time, I think, at least another 6 months, maybe even more. But if we're lucky, we'll get 6 months of ranging. Maybe 8. We don't know that. We don't. We'll wait for the market to tell us when we should change, and will be a bit boring for us in that part of the plan, because nothing we can do. We just wait to give for P cycle top to give us a signal. Okay, we left last time here with. Let me see where I have it. So we left with Mina. We have Twitter now. Or I don't know how this name is, but finally, let's take a look at the chart. We have a fill, 0.5. I don't know if you can consider this one a weekly W. In my book, no, it's not a weekly W. It's just for candles. I don't consider this one a weekly W, but if you put the line chart, you'll see it is a W. Now you can see it here. We don't have a sell half on a double yet, but I'll check the order after the live stream if I have the limit order working. Now you can see 72 exactly at that level. Took our entry and up. Be nice if we'll continue higher to give us some free coins, and then we'll reload. I'll wait for the next weekly W to reload. If I'll get the sell half on a double, I'll hunt at 78.6 or lower for next level. We have 0.5, and I don't see any reason to think about putting another 0.5. Yeah? If we'll get sell half on a double, then we'll have again 1% to spend on this one. If not, we'll still have 0.5. but I don't see that wide, big weekly W that will tell me, okay, it's time to load up because this one is ready to go. Not yet. You can, if you look left here, yeah, we can push higher, we can test these highs, but we have some resistance above. Indicators, acceptable. Bullish divergence here, bullish divergence here. Nothing to worry about, but in the same time, it's too high for me to buy another 0.5. So on this one, nothing to do. Just be damn sure that you have your limit order working at, I don't know, 1.44, something like that. Next one. Next one is GMX. Let's see what we have on this one. Here we have a weekly W. If we close this week like this, we will have a weekly W. It's a wide one. It's a big one, but not wide enough for my taste. Same kind of thinking. We have a limit. We have a fill at $39. We should wait for with the limit order above to get that free coins, to get sell half on a double, and then maybe to reload. I don't think is the case on this one for the moment to buy another 0.5. Yeah, we have that weekly W, but let's wait and see what will happen. I think it's too high. At least in my book, it's a bit too high to buy another 0.5. Yeah, we have some exposure. 0.5, it's good enough. If I'll take this high, I'll take this one. I don't see that W the other side of the trend line. We have only half of it. And we have the end of the year in front of us. We can retest some lows. I don't know. We have exposure. Okay, if it's bullish, we'll sell half on a double. We'll still have some coins and we'll wait. I don't think it's the case in this part of the plan to, I don't know, to FOMO in. Okay, we have a weekly W, we should buy. Yeah, we have exposure. It's good enough for me. So next one, let's see what we have on our plan. If someone is typing or is something, any problem, Kevin, please tell me, because I'm watching only these two charts and that's it. I don't see the YouTube page.
Yeah, okay.
The next one is FXS. Well, this one on weekly chart, you can see hold the level. We have a W here. We already have 0.5%, 0.5 in the market. If you put the line chart, you'll see really nice W's here. If the Bitcoin will hold the level at least 1 or 2 weeks more, this one could pump. But same kind of idea like last one. We have some exposure. We have 0.5 in the market. I don't see the point to buy another 0.5. Let's be patient and wait a little bit. If we'll jump to $12, okay, we'll have some free coins. Yeah, it's not a big deal to go and test this high and give us some free coins. But at the same time, I'm not in any hurry to buy another 0.5. I'm just not. I'll wait for some development. I want to see where this one will stop. I could draw a long reload zone and hunt at 78.6. Maybe that will get us beyond this year. We have some exposure, so I don't have any reason to. Seems like, okay, it's a good level. Technically, it's a good level. We have exposure exactly at this level. I don't want to buy another 0.5 here. I just don't want to do that. Could be a fake out. Yeah, could be a fake out. Anytime could be a fake out. And go down and test the lows. Yeah, then I could wait for the next W to fall. For the moment, I like what I see on indicators. I like the W on weekly basis forming. We should wait. We still have a couple of hours until this candle will close. If Bitcoin will drop, we'll break all this W forming here. For me, on weekly basis, I want a candle body close to confirm my W, not just a wick. So be damn sure that you have your short level in the market at $12.2, a lot higher. On this one, on lower time frames, we have some trades, but let's keep it on weekly chart. Yeah, I could show you something what we did here, but I'll show you after I'll finish the list. So on this one, exactly where we bought, we have the market price, nothing to do. Just check your check again if you have the short in the market. Let's take a look at the next one, and that's IOTA. Well, what happened to the price here? I don't know what, but something is off. Well, I guess we'll see a bit later. We don't see the price. I don't know why. 0.2. Let's see what we have here. So we have a fill. Let me delete this one. I don't think it's the case to have it. But we have a fill at 0.2. I don't see that next weekly W here. That's not a weekly W for me. We can form one, but you can see if we'll draw a trend line here, it's just making lower highs and lower lows. It's trying here to stop and make a W, but weaker than the rest of the altcoins, and I don't see that weekly W. I don't see why I should deploy next 0.5%. Let me put the numbers here because I don't like to see it blindly. Okay. So I don't think it's the case to buy here or to do something. We have exposure from 20 cents. We are 25% lower. I think we are okay. If the market will go lower or will form a nice weekly W, breakout and retest, okay, I could change my mind. But for the moment, I don't see any reason to do that. It's trying to find the bottom here. That's for sure. It's trying, but we can form the bottom all the way down here at 5 cents. So from 15 cents to 5 cents, it's a long way. If we'll buy at 5 cents, let's assume that, yeah, until 10 cents we have a double already. Until 20 cents we have two doubles. So 4 times higher. That's a pretty big difference in my eyes. And it's not a big difference because we have a small amount, but if you compare it with percentage wise, yeah, it's better for me to wait for the next 0.5%, at least for that weekly W. Okay, so nothing to do on this one. And the last one will be AGIX. At least for today. AGIX. Well, on this one, we don't have that weekly W. I don't consider this one weekly W. We had a fill at 20 cents again, and we are pushing higher. We should have a sell half on a double at 40 cents. So if the market will hit this level, still have some room to go until we'll hit our level, but who knows, maybe. Until then, nothing to do. Just check if you have the sell half on a double here, and that's it. I don't see yet that weekly W. Nice project, but I don't see that weekly W. It's trying to consolidate here. Maybe you'll form a range, like look at Link, what did in the last year. Same kind of thinking I'm expecting here. Sideways, sideways, sideways. The more sideways, the longer the channel, the bigger the run. But for the moment, we are starting to form a range here. You can see we have this high, we have this low. Okay, we can play around in this area. Yeah, if you are really lucky, we can get a sell half on the double. But doesn't seem probable at this time. We need a double to get a. It's pretty far away. Who knows? I'll check my level after the live stream. Usually I check my levels to see if I have the limit order, but nothing to do. I don't see the opportunity to buy another 0.5 here. We don't have that weekly W, not that even the first one. Usually the first weekly W, usually it's a fake out, but I don't see at least that. So nothing to do on this one. Let's see the list. Well, next week we'll talk about the next 5: Render, Rune, IMX, Chiliz, and Clay. For the moment, not too many things to do. Yeah, you saw Kevin tell you that some altcoins, they have that weekly W. Most of them, they are beyond that weekly W. It's probable to close above the breakout point. Don't chase. Set your limit orders either with long reloads on 61.8, 78.6 kind of idea, or at the breakout, at the retest of the breakout. Don't chase the market here, like in this case. Let's assume this is a double. I will not chase the market here. I'll wait here at the breakout point. This is not a valid W, yeah, but you get the idea. Here, you should wait for a retest. Don't chase. Don't get FOMO in, okay, we'll get in a bull market tomorrow and we'll miss the bus. No. Even if it's the case, you don't have the risk reward now to get in. Now, what we did last couple of weeks, last 2 weeks, let's see if I have the template here. Yeah, I have it. So we played some setups and some of them give us a really nice risk to reward. I don't know. Let's check them one by one. So I said something about this one. You can see how much we managed to get on lower time frames, of course, on 4-hour chart, not on daily, but we managed to get a really nice trade here. Yeah? And if you look at the risk reward, we have a 10 risk to reward. I guess was a good trade. But if you zoom out a little bit more, you don't have that weekly W. It's just a pump now, and we don't have that W the other side of this trend line. So we can go back down and form that weekly W. But because we are trading day by day, and we saw the opportunity here, we took the trade. 10R, good enough. I still have 20% from this trade, so I'm still in. This one, same kind of thinking. Here on lower time frame, I missed the bus. On daily looks okay, but on 4-hour chart, I chased a little bit because I saw that the market is not going down anymore. Yeah, and I was forced to enter here and risk all the way down here at the bottom. I'm not putting the noob stop here. I'll put it below, and you can see the risk reward is not great, but it's not terrible. Yeah. So we closed here partially. If the market wants to give us more, okay. If it wants to stop us out on the remaining at scratch, I'm okay with that. Another one, let's go back on daily. Well, this is Loom. And someone said, okay, it's not valid, it's not okay, but I like it. Almost. So you can see trading is not always winning. I put a trade and is a winning one. You can see we enter here, a lower time frame. We had a W here, and you can see how much hit we took, almost to stop us out. Yeah, you can see going down, and finally some W's, and we hit 2 to 1. We should have our stop at scratch. We should take some profit off. If you move your stop to scratch, you are out from this trade. If you didn't had time to move your stop to scratch, you are still in the trade. It's up to everyone who, at least if you are following the daily plan video, I post for everyone a lot of setups and a lot of ideas. Even I take some trades, we post on VIP and I discuss them on daily plan video. So if you follow that video, you'll have some ideas. Okay, let's go back on daily. LTO. So this one, we have that weekly W, I guess. Let's see. Well, we have that weekly W. It's not the other side of the trend line. I get that, but I zoomed in and I like what I saw. And you can see we are in this trade. I don't know if it will be a winning one or a losing one, but looks okay-ish. Now to chase, exactly what, like I said, don't chase here in the top. wait for a retracement, wait for a retest at this level. You can get that retest next week or in 2 weeks, maybe even later. This one, same kind of idea. I'll just briefly show you. You can see W breakout. Okay, I'm okay with this one. Ape. Well, on Ape, same idea. We frame the trade on 4-hour chart. And I think we are okay, in my view. We had the trade breakout retest here. Enter, and I don't know. Maybe we'll get the same risk to reward at 10-1. I close partially here at the high. And I still have some. If the market wants to give me more, I'm okay with that. Bake is looking okay-ish. Yeah, we had Kevin talked about this one on a higher time frame on weekly basis, and we had a really nice breakout from the W. You can see we had a retest on weekly basis. We have the retest already. You can see the weekly W, the retest here on this candle, and now it's going up again. Maybe we're lucky and we'll get an entry deeper in the long reload zone. I'm waiting on this blue level on daily and lower, but for the moment, you can see on lower time frames, if you'll zoom in, you'll see the WLJ on 4-hour chart. But let's wait on daily. I don't think it's the case to swing trade on 4-hour chart on this live stream. This one is not on Binance, or no, actually it is. Same kind of thinking. Yeah, you can see why. You can go on weekly basis and you can see why we want to enter here. RSR, same kind of thinking. I like the small window of risk. You can see the breakout is happening. Now if we close here, we have a weekly W, but if you zoom out and look at the overall chart, now let's take just to see in perspective what we have on this one. Okay, just a little bit more, please. Okay, so this is the high, and this is how our trade is looking. So it's a small window of risk here. I like it. Even if I zoom out, it's a different picture. I know that I'll take this shot multiple times, because if I'll have a winning trade, then I could move my stop to scratch, and this one could start moving higher, could go a lot higher, and I'll have a really nice risk to reward, like you saw earlier on the other trades. Okay, another one is this. See you on daily. Maybe I have something. Yeah. On this one, we already hit a 10-1, 10 risk to reward. We frame the trade not on daily. Keep in mind, it's not daily chart. It's 4-hour chart. It's a bit sharper. You need to, and you can see first trade, breakout, more than 1-1, mover stop to scratch, stop us out, enter again here, and you can see 10-1 hit. I still have a small portion of the trade. If the market wants to give me more, why not? There are more ideas. You can see the list is it's bigger. Almost everything has something similar. I want to say something about mana. Same kind of thinking if I'll put on a weekly basis. This is the perfect example. Don't fucking chase here. Look left. This is a resistance point. Even if it's not a really strong one, but don't chase here on mana. Someone asked me earlier if it's a good level. No, it's not. Not even on weekly basis. This is not a good level to buy. If you are dollar cost averaging, even you should have doubts to try to buy at this level. Don't do it. This is a good level. Yeah. Okay, it looks really nice. Weekly W, textbook one. I like it. Breakout. Wait for the retest. At least at this level. But probably the market will go a bit down and at least to test 61.8. Usually what I do, I'll wait here in the long reload zone on lower time frames, on daily chart, for example. when the market will go back in the long reload zone, I'll zoom in on daily 4-hour chart to see some kind of W. And then I could add a little bit more. Here is not a good level. Don't chase. I try to put a image of don't fucking chase on YouTube, and they give me a warning, so I didn't do it again. But I feel the need. I feel the need the last 2 weeks to put that image over and over again. Don't fucking chase. You want to win at this game? Don't chase. You have to be patient. You saw us in the beginning of the year. We missed a lot of opportunities. We didn't chase. We put a lot of limit orders a lot lower. And now we have that field and 50% lower than our field. If you don't trust us, look at the first 3 or 4 episodes from this weekly crypto review series, and you'll see. Don't chase. That's the idea if you want to win. Don't FOMO in, don't look at influencer. Close Twitter, close YouTube, close everything if you feel the need to chase. Don't do it. You are allowed to chase after you hit 61.8. It's that simple. It's a basic rule. If you don't have a 61.8 retracement, don't touch it. Wait. It's not that environment where we can use pump chaser zone. It's not that environment where the market will drop to 38.2, first stop, make a 3-bar fractal or a W and go straight up from that point. It's not that kind of environment. So even on this one, on mana, you think I'm bullish here? No, I'm not. Yeah, I could go higher. Yeah, definitely. But what I want from mana, let me show you what I want from mana. I want this environment. Huh? I want this environment. Give me something like this. Let me zoom in, maybe it's a bit. Give me something like this. A lot of consolidation. And then I'll think I have time to draw my long reload zone to see what level I want. But steep like this, okay, will go straight up? No, will not. Probably 99% of the time will go back down. And even if you want to draw for this example, you want to buy here? I don't think so. I guess I talked a lot. I don't know. Sorry about the rant, but I noticed a lot of people feeling that FOMO, that maybe this time is different. Maybe we'll go straight up. Maybe not. Maybe you should be patient. Maybe you should hunt lower. Maybe you should watch our video from the beginning of the year. See what we saw then. Levels a lot higher than where we wanted to buy. And we said, we are not chasers. We'll be patient and we'll wait. This is the level where I want to buy. You can see on Mana, we have it on weekly crypto review plan. I still don't have a feel. But definitely here, I didn't chase here. I waited. I put my level here. Okay, I have this weekly double. Let's see what will happen. On this one, when I'll reassess, I could use this long reload zone to buy 0.5. I still have 0.5 for free. I could do that. But here, no. Well, I don't know how YouTube is working.
I think it's fine. It's working. Yeah, it seems fine.
Yeah. If you have requests, you can put them in the chat. Even if we have a lag, we'll see the message after a while. Or you can type directly on Discord if you and tag us.
I'm looking to see what the cheapest land in Mana is, or on Decentraland right now.
Yeah, still expensive, motherfuckers.
I don't know how to filter. I gotta, let's see.
Well, we had an opportunity to buy with hundreds of dollars some land in Decentraland, but we didn't do it.
Yeah, I remember when it was like $500, like for the cheapest one quite a while ago. How much is Mana? It's 32 cents.
Yeah.
I don't know what the cheapest is, but let's see.
Now I saw in the bull market was more than 100,000. The land I could buy with less than $400.
Yeah, there's
more than 100x. Yeah.
The cheapest ones right now are 2,000 mana. So
yeah,
well, that's not that bad actually.
Well, but it's not great. Maybe we should get a.
But that's for like the shittiest plots too. I'm sure that's the
yeah.
2,000, is that what I said? Yeah, 2,000 bucks or 2,000 mana. So I don't know. Yeah, still like 650 or something around there, but well, probably won't be buying any fake land.
Seems like about that project I was talking about last couple of weeks about Stars Arena. Seems like the Chill Peel has stepped down as CEO, and now they'll start again.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, the CEO give up. Was a motherfucker. He's a Romanian guy, from what I noticed from his voice, but his talking skills and community leader, no, sucks. No, it's not. It's not the way you talk with your community. You don't tell your community, fuck it, I don't care, you can come, you can go. No, it's not like that. You have to appreciate the people you have. Even, yeah, some people are, I don't know, high maintenance. Some people are a pleasure to work with them, but that's the community. You can select them, you can kick someone out, but you cannot tell, okay, you can get the fuck out, I don't care. And the communication part was ugly. I didn't sold anything. I have less than $200 on that platform. I'm okay with that.
I still didn't move any. I didn't even. I mean, I made a username, but I haven't put any money on there or done anything.
Yeah, I recommended everyone below $100, not more than that, because the chances to succeed, they are low on every app trying to do something. So don't sell your house, don't sell anything. I recommended everyone to put the money they spend in a weekend, maybe less. I still have that account. I still have the coins. I'll still hold the tickets. I'll buy even more if I'll get the opportunity to trade something, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, Crypto Stars Arena. But in the meantime, you can join Crypto Traders Arena, and if you send me, if you send me 10 AVAX, I'll send you 100 back. I promise.
Yeah, $100 back, because AVAX is $11, so he'll make a small profit. If you want, you can do the giveaway.
Okay, yeah, I got the wheel of.
Yeah,
I just saw the. Yes, I got. What's that?
Screen. You changed the screen on your side?
Yeah, we're looking at the wheel of crypto names. We
have a lag, so this time we'll not have a drum. So imagine a drum.
Yeah, I'll hit the button here. We got to let
retweeted this time.
Wait, what's that?
I see few people in that wheel.
Yeah, there's only 11 this time.
Well, people, if you want to win a 1 month premium membership or one hour one-to-one with me, Kevin, or Stefan, all you have to do is just retweet the tweet about weekly crypto review. It's up to you.
Yep. All right, well, let's see who wins this week. I'm going to hit this thing here. Just imagine a drum roll here. I'm going to hit the button. Click to spin. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's imagine the drum.
Slow Rocco. Just saw they were on the site here. I think they're premium members, so.
Yeah, Slow Rocco, just please DM me on Discord and tell me what you want. Was close enough, Lee Crypto. I don't know who is Lee Crypto. Actually, I know. You saw the luck is not on your side this time. You are close enough. We are making fun. It's not funny. But I guess you had your share of winning. You won 3 or 4 times in a row. So Rocco, please tell me what you want. I don't know if you want one-to-one, who turn is me, Stefan, or I'll let you choose. And I guess we are okay with that.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, they're a premium member. And so, and yeah, we do this giveaway every Sunday, like Paul was saying, and you can either join us in the premium side of our group for a month or have a one-on-one with one of us if you're a winner. And then all you got to do is retweet the tweet for this show. So if you go to our Twitter account today and just retweet the today's show, then you'll get added to next week's giveaway. And yeah, so that's what we're doing every week for the giveaway. And of course, if you just want to pop into the free side of our Discord too, you can, if you're not a member already, please join our Discord channel, and that way you can stay in touch with us and ask any questions you have. And we do post a lot of charts in there and stuff, and answer a lot of questions for people. And you can find that link on our website that I had up earlier. Should be up here at the top here. Yeah, join our Discord at that link, or even at the bottom of this page, I think too. So. And if you are a spammer, then Paul will kick you out. So
yeah, if you're a scammer, spammer, anything like that, I'm paying attention. Every morning I'm scanning the community. If I see someone, you'll get banned, even if you are behaving ugly. If you want VIP, I don't know if we'll accept people in November, because we are doing now November in December. So we have 25% off for November and December kind of thing. It's our way to say Black Friday. I think it's a good idea. Till the end of the month, we have 25% on premium part. Same kind of thinking on 4 months or 6 months subscription. And the rest, slow and steady. You can stay on a free part. It's not a problem. If you are not a trader, if you don't want to learn how to trade, if you are only an investor, you say, okay, I don't have time for trading. It's not for me. I want to invest. I want to take some money. Use our free plan. No problem. If you have any questions, post in that chat. We'll answer. We'll help you. So I'll personally answer on every question I see on our community. Doesn't matter if you're a free member, a premium member, or a VIP. On premium members, they swing trade with us. They get ideas from the gladiators, not only from me. VIP guys, they scalp with us every session, in the London session especially. Yeah, we are trading on 5-minute chart. It's not for everyone. So there are people, they don't want to scalp. They don't want to swing trade. They want the investing part, what we are talking now. You can stay on free part. You can ask your question. You cannot put your request. We'll answer you. And maybe you'll make some money. If you respect the plan, you'll make some money until the end of the bull market. That's the purpose of this community, to help each other and to help everyone to make some money. Yeah? We are not saying everyone will succeed and everyone will be all going to make it. No, you'll make some money if you'll put the time and effort, and if you respect the plan. If not, I can assure you 99% you'll not make it. If you want to make something, make a plan. You have this community. I think it's good enough for you to learn the basics, even on free part. Even from this live stream, if you have questions, we can answer you, and put everything in a plan and invest without emotions, and maybe you'll make some money. That's the point, no?
Yep.
Well, DMAC says he was close. So yeah, DMAC, I love when I'm close to hit a take profit, but it hits my stop loss. I'm joking, DMAC.
I suppose back up a little bit. I think somebody was asking about Sol earlier, so I suppose I could look at a request here just while we're kind of wrapping things up. But I think the question was, is it time to ape into Sol because it won't come back down? I don't know if that's the right way of thinking about it, but let me find that. Oh yeah, would you look at Solana? I wonder if it's a good time to make a higher order. What's that, Paul? Sorry.
No. I said about Mana, same kind of idea. Don't fucking chase. I don't know. I could put an image, or I could put something on Discord.
Yeah, I mean, this is So yeah, I toy. I think you're asking this question. I mean, I don't know what you mean by a higher order. I don't think we should chase Solana here, but it is good to talk about this because I think well, like on Tuesday, I was talking about these ranges here that are being tested and whether or not they see how they resolve. Like Link, Link broke out of the range here a couple weeks ago. Solana looks like it's trying to kind of get out of this. It's hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. It's sort of at the top of a range that's been carved out with this sort of resistance to the left here, and of course it's trying to break out. This is like full on FOMO to buy right here, I'd say. You don't want to chase into a market like that. I mean, if anything, Sol's up 3x off the lows. So, I mean, it's already up 3x, since it bottomed. I think all you can really do is even drag my reload zone up a little bit because we're a little higher than last time. And I think you got to just hunt pullbacks here. And I think it's likely you still see sort of like buy opportunities here. I know it's hard to imagine right now, and this does look very uppy, and maybe it just does keep going. But if anything moves against this trend line, seem pretty likely. We haven't had our third test of the trend line yet, so I wouldn't be surprised to at least see a dip into that. So that might be a place to think about buying. But I don't know. I don't like chasing it right here. I'll be honest. It is W and out. Like these are W's and weekly W's, and if it breaks out of this range here, that's going to be a good sign of strength. It's just kind of like, do you really want to chase it 3x up off the lows? And are there better things to, I mean, you got to kind of stop and ask yourself, why do you want to own Sol so bad? Like what's making you want to FOMO in here at $30? Like, I mean, sure, there is upside here. Like we could maybe say a reasonable target, even if we just kind of did a 50% level off the highs and just said, well, I don't know, like is $135 reasonable? It seems like it is. And so, yeah, sure, you could make some money trading Sol from here up to 135, but you might be better off buying something that's got a little bit tighter risk window, I'd say. So you might just kind of, if you just love Sol so bad and you have to buy Sol and you don't want to own any other crypto, then okay, then, probably work your pullback bids for pullbacks. But I kind of look at this thinking, well, it's a little late right here, right? I'd much prefer to like hunt things that are, like that RSR or any of those weekly W's I was showing you that are at least tighter down here against the range. This thing, to buy this right here at the breakout level seems like a way better shot than buying Sol at range highs, essentially. Like if you just kind of think of Sol as being in a range, like I was saying, and if you think of the range, even if you use, I mean, this high that it's kind of currently we're in like a weekly FU, like there's nothing to say that we don't start the week out to the downside back in the range and just basically this high becomes like an FU. They just took the liquidity there. But either way, you can see the traffic here. And if you said maybe like, you could even use the high all the way up here and you're still kind of at the top of the range, right? This is like not the best buying location. So it's a little tricky to go buy Sol right here, I'd say. I mean, if you just kind of think about this being the range here, we're sort of up at the top of the range. So I don't know. Not even, I mean, yeah, is it still ironically below 88? It's around 88.6 of the entire range, which is hilarious just because of how big the move was in the past. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess you're buying $30 instead of 100 or $200 or something, but it does seem a little chasey to me there. So that's Sol, and I think the only other requests, well, we didn't really have any requests actually other than that. Oh, somebody was saying Sol's going from 10 to 3,000. That's what Zach's saying. I don't know, if we get $3,000 Sol, then your $32 buy isn't looking that bad or whatever it's sitting at right now. 33.
Well, let's wait for a better entry and then could go to 4,000. I don't have a problem, but I'm not chasing here. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, and it is hard to like think about it. Even like right here, like imagine just back here when price was sitting right here, there was probably a lot of FOMO buying and people couldn't imagine reload zone tags. Like, I'm sure the bulls were like, there's no way it's going down there. But surely enough, if you'd have just kind of drawn your fibs right here and waited, you see how the buy opportunity dipped down here into the reload zone. I mean, almost exactly 78.6. well, kind of more like the center of the reload zone. But anyway, that dip right there, that's where we want to be a buyer, right? And it's likely to happen again. I can't guarantee, but now we can draw our fibs here, and we have 61.8 at $17, $18 against the trend line here. I can easily see, I mean, I can't guarantee it's going to happen, but I could easily see moves back down against the reload zone before the real bull kicks off. In fact, I would almost think that's likely to happen because it's just like there's probably going to be another opportunity to really load up here, because I don't think we should at least, well, if, here we are, it's almost November 1st. We have 2 months left in the year. I don't think it's a great time to chase an uppy market right into the end of the year here, because we might just see the next couple weeks, next couple months price coming off. So it's tricky. I don't know. I don't really like the idea of buying an up market like this. Again, I'd much rather find things that are like breaking out right now than trying to, maybe trying to hit those, or because even those, like going back to what I was saying earlier, like Mana, like Paul was talking about, or any of the ones that have sort of already broken out, even like Mana, the chances of seeing these reload zones being tested is also likely into the end of the year. So like say, even if this goes higher, like if Mana maybe it breaks out a little higher and ends up, up here, you can kind of see how that weekly W starts framing the breakout level in the next reload zone. And that's kind of like that's what I think will happen into the end of the year. And so that'll go for Sol as well. But wherever this breakout comes in, and then it's just going to pull back into the reload zone to set up the real bottom, somewhere down in here. So that's the trade that we're looking for in general, is basically the retest of the breakout that's happening now. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for me, definitely.
So, I mean,
the best chart I saw was the RSR at the breakout point. That's the idea. Small window of risk. I could take that trade anytime.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this, going back to the AGLD trade, this W right here with the pullback. This is that trade. That's like the end of the year trade for us, is if we can find stronger markets that have bottomed and then, or, have broken out right now, but then when the rest of the market kind of gets kicked in the nuts here into the end of the year, it produces a pullback that's really just a pullback into the old structural bottom. I mean, it's like bread and butter altcoin trading, really. This is like lesson number one probably for trading altcoins, I think, if you want to, learn this sort of weekly W idea and the reload zone idea, and patiently wait for these breakouts to happen. And then it takes super patience to wait for something like Sol you might not ever get. Who knows? Maybe we don't ever get it with Sol. Maybe Sol just takes off here and we never get that tag. But even if that happens, I think you could probably find 10 other altcoins where you do. So that's where you kind of have to, that's what I meant by ask yourself why you want to own Sol so bad. Are you a Sol diehard, or are you just getting a little FOMO-y because you see it pointing higher here and it's making you FOMO? It's not really a good way to look at it, I don't think. But what else is going on in the comments here? We do have a few minutes before we wrap up.
Still lagging, so I don't think we have too many people in the live stream. Only 4, I see. Everything looks okay from my part on YouTube channel. Connection, everything is okay, but YouTube is lagging.
Yeah, that's weird.
I cannot see what you are presenting.
Oh, you can't even see it?
No, it's loading.
Well,
but the connection says it's okay, so it's from YouTube. It's not from your side.
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, we're getting to the end anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just end with, I had dominance up on the screen earlier, and I was just like, damn, man, this thing's ripping. But I mean, Bitcoin dominance had another strong week. I'll just leave this show off with saying this is a good example of that kind of, in this case, it'd be like dump chaser zone, 38.2 to 50% zone here that dominance has gotten into. And I mean, really, we should be looking at this. We've gotten through. You can see how 38.2 was tested originally here back in like June and got rejected. That's like kind of where Bitcoin's at right now, right? Heading up into 38.2, and we should expect sort of a little bit of a pullback, even if it doesn't fully break down. Probably see some resistance at 38.2. But sure enough, dominance came back down to the top of the range and bounced again, and now it's just ripping straight up. And so now it kind of looks like 50% levels could easily be tested. So this just sort of speaks to that. Like Bitcoin's kind of in control right now. Yeah, a lot of altcoins are kind of bottoming, but we're sort of at the fate of Bitcoin here. So we should see, we'll see what happens here. If we start seeing like M's in this zone, then we can start thinking a little more bullishly with altcoins. But really, we should be watching Bitcoin's touch a 38.2 that might be coming up and see what happens there. Because if Bitcoin rips through there, then of course this is going to keep coming up too. And so really all I'm getting at is there's sort of this is an interesting area for dominance. We want to see this roll over if we really want to see altcoins stronger. And of course, heading into the end of the year, we might kind of see both. If Bitcoin gets rejected where it's sitting here at 38.2 ultimately, and then dominance also starts rolling over, and then the whole market kind of just rolls over into the end of the year, then we should probably see a top in here too. So just an interesting level for dominance, kind of like a place where we can maybe start thinking about a pullback here. But holy shit, it's just been straight up for a while now. Kind of looks like the DXY, ironically. So anyway, I think that's about all I have to say for today. I don't know if Paul has anything he wants to add before we call it a day, but I suppose there's one question about Link in here. Let's see. Do you think we'll get a sub $10 pullback for Link into the end of the year? Well, who knows? I mean, I don't know.
So. I guess so.
I mean,
break out from the range, but still we can form a higher low. Just draw from the bottom, draw a long reload zone until the actual top, and you'll see where 61.8 is. I don't see the point to do it now because the YouTube is lagging, and sorry guys, but this is the best we can do at this point.
I mean,
you'll have to watch the recording.
But just simply put, sub $10 Link seems pretty likely. That's just getting back down into this range that's been built seems relatively likely. Kind of like Sold is, who knows what what's going to happen, but chances are they're not going to just go into full on bull mode right here. It seems too early to me, but of course it could. And of course you never know. Maybe Link. I mean, we've already kind of started getting doubles off on Link here off the lows, but anybody that's sort of averaging around $7 or $8 hasn't quite gotten kind of double levels. So maybe Link has to shoot up to like 14, 15, 16 bucks before it rolls over. We don't know. But it seems like seeing sub $10 is relatively likely. I mean, that would be kind of what you'd be looking for because you have this strong weekly W now that broke out. And so, the breakout level is at like 837. So at least a tag of that area seems likely. But we'll just leave it there since YouTube seems to be fritzing out a bit. And of course, if you have any deeper questions on crypto, you can always DM me and I'll talk about it on Tuesday. I'll be doing another YouTube show, which I guess is, let's see, what is that? It's technically 20 UTC. If we do this show at 16 UTC, then yeah, 20 UTC is when I do the Tuesday show. And so we can, we could look at these a little closer if you want then. And other than that, we'll just, I guess, be back tomorrow on the New York session for our live trading session. And Tuesdays, of course, if you want to join us on the New York session, you can, if you're in our Discord community, you can grab the link to that session. We, every day, Monday through Friday, we trade from about, like a half hour before the New York Open until... well, for a couple hours. We're in a live stream every day. Lots of ideas come out of there. And then I'll just remind you about Paul's daily plan video again too around the London session every day if you just want to get an idea of his levels for the day. And well, that's it. And sometimes Stefan is scalping on Tuesdays. I'm not sure if that's open to the public or not. I actually don't know the answer to that. So if you are in our Discord, you can pop in and watch.
Public Tuesday. Stefan usually does a live stream, it's open for public, the live stream.
Okay,
So
cool.
you can see Stefan scalping every Tuesday, with small exceptions when he has something else to do. But we'll post on Discord, we'll post on Twitter when Stefan will do the live stream. His live trading, I guess, is not for everyone. What Stefan does on 5 minute and 50-minute chart is not definitely not for beginners, but you can make an idea, you can understand what he's doing, and if you like the scalping and the day trading part.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that on Tuesdays too then.
Yeah, Tuesdays is for everyone. So in the morning, Stefan will do the live stream on YouTube about live scalping on YouTube. I'll do the daily plan as usual. New York live stream is for everyone. Usually is only for premium members, but Tuesday is for everyone. That means every member from Discord. And then at the end, you do the levels on altcoins for everyone. I guess it's a lot for one single day, but it's up to you what you want to watch and what you want to see.
Yeah.
And I guess people should keep their requests for Tuesday, because you saw today we had some problems.
Yeah. And David, actually, if you're still watching, sorry I didn't reply to your message. I do know about your requests. I don't think I got to all of them on Tuesday, or I know I didn't. So maybe this Tuesday we can look closer at those. But thanks for always sending those anyway. All right, well, cool. I guess we'll just call it there, and no, no super professional goodbyes or anything. Just it's just Paul and I grinding away as usual. But I think I've said enough. And we kind of gave you guys the rundown of what our calendar looks like as far as more content we'll be making. And of course, you can always reach out to us about anything anyway if you have any questions. And we'll just leave it at that. So, have a good rest of your weekends and evenings. And if you are trading with us tomorrow, then we'll see you then in New York session. And I'll just leave it at that and say goodbye. So I'm going to hit the outro here and see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.